Episode 3. The Escape. The moonlight flickered through the dense trees, casting long, twisted shadows as Eryndo sprinted through the forest, heart pounding. The mysterious pursuers were closing in, their footsteps eerily synchronized, as if they had no need for breath or rest. He could hear their low growls in the distance, each sound drawing closer. They were relentless. "Celine!" Eryndo shouted, but the words seemed to get lost in the wind. He turned back to see her holding her ground, her dagger raised to defend against the encroaching figures. Her resolve was clear, but Eryndo knew she couldn't hold them off for long. Without thinking, Eryndo grabbed the orb from his satchel and, in a desperate move, pressed it to his chest. A surge of energy pulsed through him, and the forest around him seemed to twist in response. The world blurred, the trees bending and warping as though reality itself was being stretched. In a blink, Eryndo was no longer where he had been. The trees, the pursuers, and the sound of Celine's struggle all vanished. He stood in a wide-open field under a sky painted with brilliant stars. The ground beneath his feet felt solid, but distant, unnatural. What? What just happened? Eryndo gasped, looking around in confusion. He touched the orb, which was still warm in his hand. It had done something unimaginable. But where was he now? And more importantly, where was Celine? He didn't have time to ponder for long. A cold wind swept over the field, and in the distance, Eryndo saw someone approaching. A figure, cloaked in shadow, walked toward him. The silhouette was tall, menacing, and radiated an aura of dark power. "A lion of Eryndo," the figure called, its voice deep and cold. "You are far from home." Eryndo instinctively took a step back, clutching the orb tightly. The figure drew closer, its face still hidden in shadow, but there was no mistaking the sense of authority it exuded. "Who are you?" Eryndo demanded, trying to steady his breath. The figure smiled, though it was a twisted expression that sent a chill down Elion's spine. "I am known as Neron, and I have been watching you. The orb you carry is far more than a mere relic. It is the key to the power I seek. Give it to me, and I shall spare your life. Keep it, and you will fall as those before you have fallen." Elyon's mind raced. This was no mere chance encounter. Neron had been following him, waiting for the right moment to strike. The orb had brought him here, but had it also led him straight into the hands of his enemies? "No," Eryndo shouted, feeling a surge of defiance. "I will not give it to you." Neron's smile widened. "Then prepare to face the consequences of your choice." As Neron raised his hand, the air around them grew cold, and dark tendrils of shadow began to swirl at his command. Elyon's heart thudded in his chest as he realized the battle for his life, and the fate of the orb, was only just beginning.